Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Rowena May Inspired. My name is Kelly, and here's our pals, Mr. Wilby, Miss Pickles, and little baby Wilby Pickles. If you're seeing that red live button up at the top, that means you're catching us live, and I hope you are. Because we don't craft as much as we used to, and we decided we're going to jump on today and see our friends to kick off this lovely day we are having here today. I hope it's lovely in the state you're in, because it's lovely here in Michigan. So come on in, say hello when you pop on so I know who's there. I'm going to bring up my computer so I can see comments, because I can't see comments on my phone. I see some eyes or some numbers, but I don't see any comments yet. So let me see what I can find here. There I am. Happy Friday. I almost said Thursday. I'd take Thursday again. I would take it again. Hello, Miss Kathy and Miss Teddy Bear. How are you, friends? Come on in, say hello when you pop on. We're gonna do a little crafting. It's kind of been a busy day today. I wasn't expecting it to be so busy, but it has been. So we'll light up the positivity candle, you know. That sounds like Lamaze. Hello, Miss Barb and Miss Shauna. How are you, friends? No, I gotta make sure I don't burn I got some flowers sitting over here. I don't want to burn my flowers. Hello, Miss Robin, Conan, friends. Hello, Miss Sparky. I'll say hello to the gang. I'm going to slide them over here to the side. My birthday was really good. It was really good. I enjoyed my day yesterday. What you been doing? Oh, well, you know, I had to take my car to the... I almost said my car to the vet. Whoops, hold on. I got to plug my phone in. Hold, please. I didn't even look at that my phone was getting low. Sniff, sniff, yes. I take my car in yesterday to get it looked at. Oh, Lordy Lou. You know, there's one thing in this world that I, like, one of the things I can't stand the most, how's that, is car dealers, right? So, not that I had to deal with a car dealer because it was just a repair, you know, like the repair place. Hold on, I gotta turn my light back on because I jiggled it out. Whoops. But dealing with their service department is just about as fun. Hold on, please. All my cords are falling out down here now. Jeez, I go live, all my cords fall out of the outlet. Who'd I miss? Hello, Miss Patty. Hello, Mother. What was that? Is that the shirt from one? Yes, you guys. I washed all my new clothes. This is the large. I tried the extra large, and I was worried about the large, but it fits. I feel like the large and the extra large fit the same. But I'm like, I got lots of room in here for a large. I thought it would be smaller, so that's why. I mean, I grabbed the extra large too, you know, because you could wear stuff under it. But I'm just cleaning up. I think I had Mod Podge left on the table from last time we crafted. Hello, Miss Denise. So, let me tell you how I started my day. So, I had the day off today, right? And I started my day with sending out an SOS to my son and daughter-in-law saying, I knew they had a doctor's appointment this morning. Hold on, I'm going to change my lighting a little bit. It's a little bright. There we go. You're looking out at snow. Oh my gosh, Miss Shauna, you have snow. Hello, Miss Denise and Miss Patricia from Patricia's Craft Studio. How are you? Well, I'm sorry, Miss Shauna, but it is like 76 degrees here in Michigan today. It's almost like a little, like, how do we go from like 50 to 76, whatever? I mean, it's a crazy state we live in. But I put out an SOS to my son and daughter-in-law. I was like, can you bring me a Diet Coke? Because I didn't have a car. So they did. They were nice enough to do that for me. And they brought me a Diet Coke. And then they left. And then I took a shower. And then the dealership called. And they were like, we've got a diagnosis for your vehicle. I did, Miss Denise. I did. And yeah, they had diagnosis all right. They had a diagnosis of about I'd say almost $4,400 in a diagnosis of how much of what my car needs done to it. And I was like, what? I don't even owe that much on my car. 71 in Pennsylvania? Love it. So, needless to say, I called my husband and I was like, I don't know what we're going to do. For one, I'm not going to pay that amount. It's to the dealership, right? So I'm like, I'm not paying that. So I have an appointment next week with another mechanic, and then I've got another call into another, hey, no, don't share, please, no, we don't need to know anymore, to another mechanic to see if he'll look at it too, as somebody like local. So they're both local, but they're not dealerships. I'm like, see, I feel like we were married to the dealership. I told Mother this earlier. We were married to the dealership because we had a warranty on our car. Well, the warranty just happened to run out in the end of 24. And so now we have no warranty, so I'm not married to this place anymore, right? Kathy, it's something to do with the power to the wheels, the powertrain, something to do with that. But I looked up time to get a new one. I know, Miss Denise, but I almost had this one paid off and I didn't want a car payment. I'm like, oh, and I love my car. So let me tell you what I'm going to do while I moan about my car and all the things. So I just happened to say, you haven't been on it for a long time. You take it. Oh, Miss Sue, you haven't seen me in a while. So you guys, I happened to just be perusing Facebook today, and I noticed there's one of the craft groups that's doing an event today with flower pots. Anybody know what group that is? Anyway, I was like, well, I may not be in that group anymore, but I'm going to be doing a flower pot, because why not? Now, Mother and I did go. I shouldn't fast forward through to that, but Mother and I did go to the Pass It Forward shop, and I got my cutting board that I wanted. The cutting board was still there, you guys, from like, I don't know how long ago we went there, and I saw this cutting board. So we'll be using this at another time. Not using it today because I almost forgot that I was like, I'm going to do a flower pot. Squirrel the car. Wait. Hello, Miss Sherry. Okay. So I need to decide what I want to paint the flower pot. Because I want to paint it. We need to paint it something. It needs some. We need a zhuzh. Oh, maybe we can. I'm like, oh, maybe we can do some frosted leaves. Let's see. Let's do frosted leaves. Let's just try it. So I called my son. I was like, can you come get me and take me to the dealership? And I'm going to get my car. Okay, we're doing frosted leaves, you guys. I love this color. It just seems like it would be a pretty color to use on this. So I don't really want it terracotta. So he took me down there. I got my car. You guys, it cost me almost $200 just to have them diagnose the issue. Isn't that ridiculous? Ridiculous. So we got the car, and then Mother and I were going to go to the Pass It Forward shop. So I told her, I said, I gotta go to Sam's Club and get a few things. So I did that first. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. I did that first, and then hello, Miss Marlene. And then I went down and we did that. Mother didn't find anything she couldn't live without. I just got the cutting board. We had donated a bunch of things, and Mother had some more things to donate. I'm telling you what, she saw one thing that she donated, and yeah, they charged me to check it out. Yep, the diagnostic is what they call it. They call it the diagnostic charge. It was $160, and then they charged me like 25 or whatever for shop supplies. Would that be the plastic they put over my seat, the number they put in the window, and the stupid thank you with the feet on the bottom so they didn't get dirt on my thing? I don't know. She explained to me yesterday. Oh, yes, I did. Yep, I talked in a video yesterday about my weight loss, so if you want to hear like the whole story, well, I mean, a pretty good chunk of the story, you can go check that out from yesterday. Let's see if I can grab. Isn't that ridiculous? I know. So I paid $200 for them to tell me what's wrong with it. So now I feel like I'm going to go to these other dealerships and be like, or other mechanics and be like, okay, this is what they said's wrong with it. This is what I was trying to get. I'm going to set this up on the witch-a-jiggy here so I can spin this. Yeah, so I'm kind of irritated about that, but whatever. Whatevs. So I went to Sam's Club. Sam's Club was stinking busy for a Friday. Now, most of the schools here in Battle Creek had school today. There's only like, I think probably them right now. He's going to have to leave a message. Oh, whoopsies. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. Mechanic. I'm gonna have to call you back in a little bit here. We gotta craft. Yeah, well, that's Ford. It's a Ford dealership, so I'm not recommending anyone buy a Ford. I mean, loyalty, there should be no loyalty to any cars anymore because they just overcharge, and then they don't want to do anything for you to fix it without charging you an arm and a leg. Now, who really thinks that somebody could just call somebody and say, well, it's going to be $4,360 to do this. But we also noticed that your brakes are getting, your front brakes need to be replaced. Hello, Miss Krista. Your front brakes also need to be replaced. And also you need an oil change. Because I know my oil change is a little bit overdue. And so we might as well just take care of that while you're here. Okay, sure. Add another $700 to the bill for the brakes and another $100 for the oil change. Basically, I think it was $85 for the oil change. I said, as far as the brakes and the oil go, I can either have my son or my neighbor do those. Those are the least of my worries right now. When you just told me that my car needs to be fixed for almost $4,400. Insane. And then what's funny is when she told me what the issue was, I'm like, well, what is the issue so I can tell my husband? She told me what it was, so I typed it into the notes on my phone, and then I went to Google it to see what it was like, what it said about it, and then it came up underneath it. It came up as I could buy the part on Amazon for $500. I said, so you're telling me the part is like $500 and somehow you're coming up with almost $4,400 what of labor? Like my son said, it's going to take him a week to get work done on it. Like, that's insane. Like, how much are you charging per an hour for labor? And he goes, that's the problem with dealerships is they use that stupid book. There's some stupid little book that they say, this is how much estimated time it's going to take. And I'm like, you can stick your book up in your nose. Because I don't get it. I do not get it. They also wanted to charge me $1,000 last year to change a sensor on my gas tank. And they were like, it's going to cost $1,000 because we have to take the gas tank out. We have to go up in and do all this stuff. Well, let me tell you. That sensor has come on and gone off. Come on, gone off. My son has one of those tools that can reset it, and it's nothing. It's basically I just don't I don't overfill my gas. When I fill my gas tank, I don't overfill it. I don't. You know how when you fill it and it clicks and you have to stop. You can't keep getting an even number, right? So my OCD does do a little thing there, or I just don't fill it because that's what messes with it. Because something about the gas goes over that and causes it to do that. But I'm just like $1,000 for that. So most people probably would have just paid it and been like, yep, okay, it's fixed. But then it probably would have been another problem. What year is your car? It's a 2016. It was my husband's Lincoln MKX that I took over when he wanted to get a new truck, and I sold mine. Yep, she had to pay $4,200. She said that truck must be the standard rate. I know, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I just thought it was funny that the girl was like, well, while you have it here, we might as well just take care of that. I'm like, okay, are you paying for it? Yeah, okay, while it's here. Good Lord. Anyway, so that's that. That was not good times at all. But anyway, so we'll see what these other two places say. I mean, even if it dropped down to 1,000, I love 2,000. I would love it down to 1,000, but if it came down to like 2,000, I'd be like, okay, fine. But $444, it definitely. Your mother-in-law had a Chrysler that nearly all the lights on the dash were lit. Nothing wrong with the car. We just let them be on. Oh, it's cute. That's funny. That's funny. All right, you guys. I gotta try to get this thing dry. It's just taking ever. So let's see. Mother and I went down and we went to that shop. Checked that out. And then Mother got me a really cool sunflower purse for my birthday. It's so stinking cute. I'll have to show it. They totally are, Krista. Totally. Like I was saying, I don't know if you were on when I said this. My husband, when he got this car, he paid for the like an extended warranty, which we have used it a few times. But that one particular thing I told you they wanted to charge me $1,000 for, we were like, why isn't that covered? Well, unfortunately, this thing is in the 4% of items that aren't covered, or like parts that aren't covered is this. Oh, really? 4%. Thank you, Miss Teresa. Yeah, so how do I know what is covered? Is everything listed in some book that tells me what's covered in this warranty that my husband paid for when he got the car in like 2019? Oh yeah. Well, my husband won't be working on it this year. He doesn't know cars. But my son is like, he was the one who looked at it and told me where it was leaking. He told me exactly where it was leaking. And that's when we found out that the warranty we paid for, well, my husband paid for 5 years ago, expired at the end of last year, of course. Hello, Miss Debbie. How are you? Oh, thank goodness your nephew has an automobile. That's awesome. Yes. If you have a mechanic in the family, count your blessings, because that's crazy. And as far as oil change, my son said to me today, he's like, Mom, I could see where your oil, everything was at. Your oil could be changed in like 10 minutes. Like Uncle Ed's, Where did I get this dryer from? I think I got this off Amazon. That's where I got it from. Amazon. Sorry, it's taking a little bit to get this all dried up, you guys. Just taking a little time here. Hello, Miss Beverly. Ooh. You peel that up here. Dry this bottom. I'm gonna put a little bit more on the bottom, and then we can flip that back up. So yeah, we'll see what the rest of the. My husband's like, well, maybe we need to look it up and see if we need to just like he was insinuating selling it, right? We would sell it, but I don't feel comfortable selling it to somebody, like knowing that it's got an issue like that. I mean, they're going to turn around and pay how much money? They've never used a dealership for anything but to buy a vehicle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, this is the only reason why, because if you have warranty work done, it has to be done through a dealership. So, unfortunately, we have to do that. But we have used the warranty a couple times, but I had to take it back a couple times too, because whatever they said the first time, it wasn't the right issue. And I would have been so mad if I paid the $1,000 that last time for that sensor, and I've been driving it for a year, and that sensor will go off and on, off and on. It's like, it's probably faulty, so I would have just paid the money, been out $1,000, because now my husband's saying, I don't think we're going to be able to go to Myrtle Beach. And I'm like, it's our vacation. But I guess it will kind of depend. If I have to fork out that kind of money to fix my car, I kind of don't have a choice. Like, kind of cuts into our budget that we weren't planning on having to pay. All right, that looks good. We weren't planning on having to pay that kind of money. All of a sudden, the cars. But she said, the girl, this was a girl. I'm not trying to say that girls don't know cars, because, I mean, but she says, your car is just leaking oil. What did she say? She made it sound like the oil was pouring out of it. I'm like, okay, we noticed it because there was a drop in the driveway, right? It sits in the same spot every time. So we moved it over to my husband's spot to see. And then again, there was another drop. It wasn't like pouring out oil. Let's not be dramatic here. Oh, I know, cars are. That's what I said to Blake. I said, are the tariffs on parts already or something? What the? Aren't Ford parts made here in the U.S.? What the heck? Oh, shoot. I don't know. I was being a sassy pants. You know me. Just sassy pants. But yeah, I was like, yeah, nope, I'm going to come get my car. And then when I got there, she had totally forgot. So I told her, I said, I'll be down in just a few minutes. Okay, well, I'll get the paperwork ready for you, and we'll have your car out front. I get there, the car was still back in the gate. I go in, and she's like, oh, Donna? And I said, Kelly. And she goes, oh, yeah, I have 2 Lincolns here. I'm like, okay. So she goes and gets the paper. She said, oh, I dropped the ball. I'm like, I told you I was coming. I told you. Oh, shoot. Anyway, $200, almost $200 later. Irritating. Totally irritating. Probably took them 10 minutes to figure that out, too. Those are like doctor's prices, you know? Not even that. My husband got a bill today from, or explanation of benefits from Blue Cross Blue Shield from when he had the, not this side, down here, when he had his colonoscopy just a couple weeks ago. And the doctor, there was 2 explanation of benefits that came in. The doctor tried to charge, well, not him personally, but they tried to charge the insurance, I think $1,200, and they called it surgery, right? For him to go in and do the scope for the colonoscopy, $1,200. Hello, Miss Jennifer. How are you, friend? So, because Blue Cross and Blue Shield, it participates with the provider, they only paid him like $300. So, if a doctor gets paid $300, basically an hour, because it didn't take him an hour to do that colonoscopy. Probably took him like 20 minutes. He could probably do 3 in an hour. Why am I paying $200 to a mechanic, and it probably didn't take him an hour? I know it didn't take him longer than 3 because they called me 3 hours into opening. You got a call from Earl today. They say $6,600 and another $1,500. Miss Krista, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Should I just paid for 2 little fillings and a crown? I paid $700 out of pocket for that. That's not even what the insurance is going. Lord. Okay, guys. I love that. I love that. It's so pretty. Now, I think I'm going to dry brush this a little bit with some plaster. You know how like the you can make the pots look really cool with some dry brushing? Let's do that. Let's just have some fun here. Let's have some fun. Maybe I'll take this chip brush and do it. So, yeah, fun times. So everybody got some good Easter plans? What do you guys have? Do you have turkey? Do you have ham? I mean, most people have ham, but some people do different things. What do you guys do in your necks of the woods? What do you guys do? I think we're doing, I know we're doing a ham. We're going to my husband's aunt and uncle's. But I can't remember what else they do. They do it. The aunts and uncles do at their house. They do the big, oh, that looks cool. You guys see that? Hello, Miss Nora. How are you, friend? So I don't know. I love a good ham. My sister always liked the football ham. Mom, are you Mom's got a big, we're not going to Mother's this year. We're going to my husband's aunt and uncles. So Colin and EY and my sister and brother-in-law and my nephews, plural. I don't know if Christopher has to work or not. Will be at Mother's. But we won't be there because we're got to go to with my in-laws this go around. There, that looks kind of cool, you guys, doesn't it? From cars to insurance. I know. It's all ridiculous. All right, let me just do a little bit more here on the top. You probably won't even see the top because we're gonna put flowers in here. We're gonna put some flowers in here, but just in case, let's make it pretty. Let's give it a little dry brushing of the white. I like that. It's so pretty. So pretty. This is chalk paint. Here, I'll show you. This is Waverly. This is Waverly plaster, and we used Folk Art home decor chalk paint, and this is Frosted Leaves. Just me and the hubby, and I'm making lasagna. Caesar salad but not very traditional. That sounds delightful, especially if that's what you enjoy. I mean, And you know, some people don't, you know, have a big thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes it's just nice to have a little, you know, quietness. I think there's like 26 at ours. Not gonna be quiet. You do turkey and don't eat ham. Oh, you don't like the ham? You don't love the ham? I love me some ham, but I think Mother's got a big old ham from the farm. Big old ham from a farm. I think that's what she's got. So I was sitting here as I was babbling my lips, and I forgot I did not grab any floral foam. So hold please while I go over here and grab some floral foam, because we're going to need that to push into that flower pot. All right. I know right where it's at because I have a whole box of it. So that was too hard. Oh shoot. So anyway, so Miss Kathy messaged me, told me she watched Matlock, and Mother called me after I left her house. She called me. I thought I forgot something. She's like, "Did you watch Matlock?" I was like, "No, not yet." She's like, "Oh, okay." So I still haven't watched Matlock. But I'm going to do that. When I'm done here, I'm going to do that. What if I could just stick one of those round ones in there? Let's try that. I guess we'll use these little rounds, this long thing. Well, thank you, Miss Dawn. I've got a ham big enough to feed about 30 people for 6 of us. Oh, so Christopher's got to work. Well, my sister, your daughter, she'll be there with her leftover containers. Oh my gosh, you guys, if I just kind of shave this off, we could just stick this in there like Matlock was good. Oh, I gotta see it. Okay, let me, because these things are really hard. I'm just gonna try to like, is that awful sounding? I know, Miss Melinda, it is good, and it got really good last week. Did everybody that's on here watch last week's episode so I can talk about it? If not, I won't talk about it. Because last week was suspenseful. I didn't know what was going to happen. She gets herself into a little pickle. That's a good show. Okay. Let's see if I'm done now. If I push it hard enough, I should be able to just get down there. Let me see. Then I won't even have to glue it. Look, you guys, it will just suck right in there. Hold on. Last week was crazy, wasn't it? Hold on. I'll put it on my leg. Okay, look. We got it down. It's just, that was kind of nice. Last week was super crazy. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, oh my goodness, what is she gonna kill her? Oh. I didn't say who. If you hadn't seen it, I didn't say who, but I thought somebody was going to get hurt. This is kind of crazy. Now, I have been watching, okay, I'm trying to catch up on my FBIs. FBI is on Tuesday. So I'm trying to catch up on my FBIs. And usually I watch, because it comes on TV, it'll come on FBI, FBI International, FBI Most Wanted. I try to go in the order that, because I watch them on demand. I try to go in the order of what they were on, but for some reason today I said FBI's Most Wanted after I watched FBI, and so I'm out of order, which, I mean, it doesn't matter, but for me it's like, okay, that's how I remember if I watched them all, by watching them in the same order. That's the method of my madness. Like, I watched Law & Order SVU. Mother said that she heard Organized Crime was coming back. Anybody else hear that? I haven't heard it, but I haven't watched it. I haven't watched anything. Look what I have, you guys. Look at these beautiful yellow tulips. Now, hopefully I can get them into this hardness. I have some pink tulips that it says I paid $2 for somewhere. I've got some daisy, well, these came out of a little bouquet thingy with these blues. There's some more here. But this one came from Dollar General, I can tell that. But these right here were in a little bouquet over there. I just pulled them off. Pulse is a good one. Pulse. Okay, I might have to check that out. We do have Netflix. We've been watching a show on Netflix called The Mole. You guys ever seen that? the mole. All right, I hope I like using this. This is so hard, you guys. I might have to poke some holes in it. They advertised the new show for fall called Tony and Ziva from NCIS. Oh, goodness. I haven't watched NCIS in a long time. I think I just kind of lost interest in it. I haven't watched. Ziva's still on there? I didn't even know she was. I did not even know. Okay, so let's pluck some of these. Look at that. Pluck some of these tulips off this. I think I must have got these from a sale. That's what I'm guessing. Pluck some of these babies off here. Let's see what we can do. I love tulips. Remind me of spring, right? You guys get your in Easter. You guys have your tulips out now. Maybe in the warm climates and on here, people on warm climates, maybe you've already had tulips. And like our daffodils are sprouting right now. Sprouting, blooming, sprouting. They're probably blooming. The daffodils are all out. No, neither of them are on there. Oh. Well, they just couldn't stay away, huh? Did Jethro come back too? Jethro. All right, these are kind of weird. Look at this. They're kind of wrapped up, like they're wrapped up. Let me see how these would go in here. So we can push them down through. We don't even have to keep them all the way up because it's just supporting. Oh, this is lovely. Look, it's like what's her name? Morticia Adams. Somebody will go ahead and Morticia Adams that one. Okay, I like this to be the front. I kind of swiped it kind of thick there. So let's just stick some of these in here. Kind of use these as our, so I like the pink ones. I think the pink are really pretty. I'm glad I caught you live. Watch the replays all the time. Well, thank you, Ms. Linda. I haven't been on a whole, okay, I'm going to do 3. Okay, I'm going to start with 3. 3. Those look too tall? I don't know. I'm not a good flower ranger, you guys. I'm not good at flower ranging. We're going to have to fill in with some, something down here at the bottom to cover up all this weight stuff. I haven't been on as much as I would like to or I'm used to just because work is so crazy right now that I'm almost like just mentally exhausted when I get home and I just like drop and become lazy. Become super lazy and just like, I can't think anymore for today. All right, I'm just going to keep sticking some of these in here because I don't know what I'm going to do with just a couple of them. So if I just use them all, they'll be used up, right? Does that sound like a good theory? I'll just be used up. Here, I'll put these down lower in the front. So yeah, Sunday going to Blake's aunt and uncles. They live on a lake. It's a really pretty lake home. So we're gonna go there, and his son and oldest daughter will be there. His other daughter, younger daughter. We have twins, so the son and daughter are twins. But the one, Alyssa, she just flew to Florida today to help her grandpa and grandma. So her mom's parents. Okay, look, that's what we have so far. I know it doesn't look good because this looks really weird right here. We'll fix it. Her mom's parents winter in Florida, and her grandma doesn't fly. So they fly her down or fly somebody down. And this year, she's it. She drew the short straw. No, I'm just kidding. She flew down to drive back with her grandma, like the two of them. So good luck. I hope everything goes good. Everything goes good. All right, we've got some daisies because everything goes better with a dollop of daisy, right? Shoot, that came out of its little... It came out of its little shell there. Get back in there. What else has been going on around here? We've had some horrible car accidents. People are just driving like crazy. I noticed that today. I'm like, people need to slow down. Like, what is so urgent? Where are you going? Slow down. Yeah, there's been some really bad car accidents. Somebody blew through a very busy intersection yesterday, and they said I don't know if it was a medical thing or what. And then there was another picture of a lady who, she hit a tree, and the guy in his front yard, he was sleeping and woke him up. Like, I almost wonder if that was a medical thing. You know, like she was having a medical event, because that sounded like they said that she acted like she was kind of out of it when somebody went up to her to see if she was okay. I mean, it didn't like hit her windshield or anything, so it's like she just kind of acted like something wasn't right, more than just like, oh, I just got into a car accident, you know. All right, I think I'm going to add some of these pink ones in here as well. Now that we have some of this other stuff in here, I'm going to add some more pink in here. Bring it down. I really like the pink. I really like that. Got two. I got one more. These are really weird though, the way they're wrapped. They're in their own little, they got a little shell around them. Okay, let's stick this one in here. Oh, goodness. All right, how's it looking? How's it looking? It's not done yet. Don't judge it yet. Don't judge it yet. Just say, oh, it looks great. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to make it look great. Let's see. Bring that one up a little bit. Or down. I don't know. Let's see about this little blue one. I kind of like these little flippy floppy looking things just kind of hanging. I thought I had a couple of those. Those were in with those daisies. I don't know. It must have been in something, because I had some foam over there with these sticking out with the daisies, and it wasn't in anything. But look. Do they look weird? You think it's looking good? Okay. You know, I'm not a florist. I'm not a florist. Maybe if I would have took some floral training, I could have quit my job and become a florist. They make good money. Shoot, people that do flowers, I mean, that work in the flower, I mean, these our flower shops around here are booming businesses. I should have had to done that. Okay, now I don't know about these. I have these. These are from Dollar Tree. Let's see what else I have right here. I don't know what else I have, y'all. Let's see. That's a pretty purple one. That is really pretty. Oh, let's see. See? We don't have to be in any fancy schmancy group to do flower pot arranging on a Friday. Just saying. I was in a fancy schmancy group at one time. Not anymore. I'm living La Vida Loca. No, not. That's the crazy life, right? Living La Vida Lame, more like it. All right, I don't know. Maybe I could stick some of these in there. Let's see. These kind of remind me of little carrot tops. Little carrot tops. Let's see if we can stick a little bit of that. Now, hold on. Let me see if I can get it in here. That's just a little piece there. You like your sweatshirt? I like the sweatshirt you bought too. It is very comfy. It's so comfy. Mother says she has one just like it, but it's a different color. She was saying something about that today when I was there. I washed up all my new clothes. And, except for my bras. I haven't washed my bras yet. I have to put them on a delicate cycle, you know. I have to delicately wash those. But I need to do that. And I got that really pretty dress. Really pretty yellow dress, which I love. My daughter-in-law was like, you should wear that for Easter. I'm like, for one, well, I guess if it was, how about ferns? I do have a fern over. I do have some ferns. All right, so I just stuck some of those green pieces in there. All right, you want me to grab some ferns? It reminds me of my sister's husband's grandma. Her name was Fern. She just passed away. She was like, Mother, what was she, like 97? Her name was Fern. My sister called her Fernalicious. She was a sassy gal. She was a sassy gal. All right, I'm trying to bring this. That's Edna. So they're in lockdown right now. I fed them before I came down here. That's pretty. All right, I do have some ferns. Hold on. I fed them before I came down here, so I kept they're in their crates, so they can't go anywhere. So they're probably mad. They'll be fine though. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, so I have two different kinds of ferns. These are from Dollar Tree. I have this kind, that kind of fern, and then I have this kind. Like the more ferny fern. This is like a lighter color. Maybe if we could put these in the back. Your ferns on the back. She lived a long, she did live a long life. I don't know that I want to live that long though, because I feel like you're going to outlive everyone your age, don't you think? Like, I don't know, her husband had been gone for, I think he'd been gone for, because like that? Is this giving you funeral arrangement vibes? Oh, hi, I didn't even know you're on. My two, mainly Petunia, found a nest of baby bunnies this morning. Oh, no. You know what? When we lived on Viking, before we moved here, ours found a nest because the bunny put them underneath the deck. And then what happened? Edna and Espen, we didn't have Edgar, so Edna and Espen would run underneath the deck, cut your fern in half, cut it in half. Oh, lordy loo. And then they would run out with them. If they got them, they would run out with them, and they were squeaking because they were scared, and they thought they were squeaky toys. So whether they meant to hurt them, they killed them because they had them in their mouths. So sad. I feel like my husband's home. Or there's somebody in my house. Blake! Oh, I'm live right now. I'm live right now. Well, I thought somebody was in the house. Did you hear him? Somebody is in the house. They got out of work early today. Oh, I didn't think he was going to get out early. Do you guys like it like that? Yeah, the bunnies. I think I'm going to do one more. Hold on, let's do one more in there. But that's why they were barking. You can let the dogs out. He won't. He'll be like, they can just stay in there. I thought they were barking because they're just being little stinky butts. Okay, look. Is that one kicking out too far? I kind of like that, you guys. No, they got out early today. They gave them what they call it 59 minutes, which means it's administrative leave to leave a little bit early on, like before holidays and things. We get those a lot. I didn't know if he would get it though, because he works in a different area that kind of requires a little bit more. I like the blue in there, adding just a little bit of the blue. Do you guys like that? I'm going to try to fix the center because I feel like I'm not loving this right here in the center. Let's see. Okay, these two are, the tulip and the blue flower are kind of intertwined. I'm trying to get it untwined. Untwined? Untwined. All right, let me put one of these in here. The colors are very pretty together. Well, thank you. Maybe every once in a while I should do a floral arrangement just to work on my floral arranging skills so I have something to fall back on when I quit my job. when I do that, going postal thing. I'm just kidding. I lose my mind one day. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. All right, that filled in a little bit there. Whoops. Whoopsies. Did I do that? All right, let me pull those daisies up. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's see what you guys think when I flip it around here and show you what I just did. Some people are so good at this. And who on here is good at this? I'm not good at this. Look. Right here, there's something going on there that I need to address. I can move that a little bit. That little guy. do you guys think? You like it? All right, got one more of these I'd really like to use. Maybe I could put it right down here in the front. Let me see. All right, what do you guys think? Might be too much of this tulip business going on here. This one right here just wants to intertwine with the blue. Hold on, let me see if I can move this back. Maybe got a little bit overzealous with the tulips. I don't know. Just, you know, I was just sticking them and sticking them and sticking them. Maybe got a little overzealous. So my son and daughter-in-law are going to Frankenmuth. My son has to work, so he's going for training, but they're staying in Frankenmuth because it's near where my son's business, or his, so she gets to go with him. I think that's awesome. So she gets to go with him. All right, be honest. How's it? It just said trying to reconnect. My husband comes home and the internet stops working. I feel like this right here needs a little, like, I like it, but I feel like is it kind of sticking out a little bit weird? What do you think? Should I kind of bring it up in a little bit? I mean, I kind of like its own little, how it is drooping. Tell those tulips to stop hitting it. I know, right, Miss Sparky? It's like, okay, I think that looks a little better. What do you guys think? Does that look a little better? Maybe I can bring that fern a little bit. You know, Mother and my sister and I, we did like flower arranging classes before. Apparently, it's not a retained skill. We used to go and pay money. We would go to the high school where my sister worked, and they would have classes. They would bring in these, I don't know, I guess she was a florist. I don't know what she was. And they would, how's that look? Thank you, Miss Marlene. Scooch the blue hanging flowers in to match the other side. Well, this one's taller than this one. This is a shorter one. I could kind of bring it up a little bit. Let me see. This is, see how it is? It's shorter. It's a little stubby guy. And it's the only ones I have. That's why it's flopping lower over here. I guess maybe that looks okay with it flopping. Well, thank you, Miss Dina, for the stars. You are so kind. All right, let me stick this back in here. So that's why that blue one is different, because it's shorter. It's like a little shorty. Okay, I like that. I think it looks good. Perfect for any funeral. Just kidding. Got any spring funerals? Here. Just kidding. All right, now I need to probably cover the foam with some Spanish moss. What do you guys think? Is that what I should do? Or I could use some Excelsior, or what is this called? Sisal. I could use some Sisal. We could use this. It won't be as messy. Hello, Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie, I'm live. It looks great. Oh, thank you. I know, very springy, isn't it? So let me see how this goes. You know, Sisal is like bird nesty. Let me just kind of stick it in here. No, I'm gonna like using Spanish moss better, only because Sisal is like straight stringy. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna get it everywhere. It's okay. It's okay. My husband probably tried to tell me that he was coming. Whoops. That he was coming home early, but the area that he works in, he can't have your cell phone, can't have any recording devices, and so I communicate with him through our work phones. Like, he has this, because I can Teams message him on our work phone, but I didn't have my work phone down here, so he probably said, I'm coming home early, and I'm like, clueless. But I did see, I knew they were getting time off, because I did see getting out early. So good for them. Okay, so this is what I did to the back. See it? It's just filling in. Just filling over that white. Oh, look at that. Nice little stick in there. little stick in there. No big deal, just a little stick. Yep, believe it or not, I am live. You probably were like, I haven't seen you live in so long, I didn't even know you even crafted live anymore. Just kidding. Well, no, it's just they talk about things in there that are, and so can't wear a smartwatch, can't have a cell phone, can't have anything that would Bluetooth to anything. Can't have it. You gotta lock it up outside. Where are you going? So, like today when his daughter was messaging saying that she was at the airport, she made it through security, she was waiting at the gate, you know, to load. I had to message him and say, she made it, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, tell her to call me. So I said, call your dad. Call your dad. Oh, shoot. Anyway. I've become mediation. But I assume she made it safely. I haven't heard. I'm sure he has. She was leaving at 9:30 this morning, so sorry. I got the glue gun hit some of the greenery over here and it kind of melted to it. Whoops. Whoopsies. What is it? You can't what? Wait, you can't do what? You can't find what? You can't what, Miss Dawn? I don't understand that. Oh, this is cute. All right. Look, you guys. We just added Spanish moss to the bottom of that. Just sticking it in there like so, filling in our edges. All right, let me scoot all this. Oh, lordy Lou, what a mess. Scoot all this into this bag here. I will maintain that the best Spanish moss I've ever bought is from Walmart. This was from, it would be a perfect centerpiece for Easter. Maybe I should send it down to grandma's, to mother's. When I talk to my son, I call her grandma, right? Take it down to grandma's. This looks cute. Whoops. Oh, I thought I threw a flower over on the positivity candle. I didn't want it to burn up. All right, what else do we need to do to it, you guys? What else do we need to do? It would be cute just sitting just like so. Do you guys like the ferns in there? Do you like them in there? I'm trying to make sure they're kind of, I mean, I could bring them down a little bit. What you're using right now, I try to search it. And you get rope. You mean the Spanish moss? Is that what you're talking about? The Spanish moss? Oh, you mean the sisal? This is the site. It's called Super Moss. Look up. I got this on Amazon. Super Moss sisal. I bought it on Amazon. So it says Super Moss, and then it says sisal right. There's right there. It says sisal. There's a little sticker on there. Yep. So it's like a Spanish moss. It is, because I swear I saw that somewhere to say long-lasting, 100% usable. 100% usable. But so follow for more ideas. Forest moss, sheep moss, reindeer moss, Spanish moss. Oh man, I would like some of that reindeer moss. That looks pretty. I bought reindeer moss before at like Dollar Tree, but that looks really pretty. Get a bag of that. That'd be really pretty. See, they're showing you how you could put it in your baskets. Probably for the moisture. For the moisture. Well, thank you. Happy Easter to you as well. Okay, what else do we need to do? Do we need to do anything? Is this good? Do we like it like it is? Should we just leave it? Do we need to put a bow on the pot? Should we put a bow on the pot? Just do a little bow down here? It might need a little bow right there. What do you guys think? What do you think? Oh, no. Of course, I don't have any ribbon over here. I've had to go over to my ribbon wall. Do you guys think pink would be pretty? Miss Kathy will say no, she doesn't like pink. Doesn't need a thing. Perfect the way it is. Miss Monica, you like it? It is really, If you really want to add a bow, I love it. Yes. A bow. Yes, I think so. I think a bow would be cute. Even if we put a bow on a stick and stuck it in here, or we put a bow around here. What do you guys think? I'm just trying to think of what color bow. Oh, Miss Kathy says it needs nothing. It needs nothing. Good day, sir. Because she doesn't want me to put a pink bow on it. She doesn't want me to put a pink bow on it. So she's like, it needs nothing. Don't slap a pink bow on it. All right, I'm just trimming off some of this long, scraggly moss back here. Okay, Miss Sparky says a bow would be loverly. That's what she said, loverly. She didn't say that, but. All right, let me see. I can move this back a little bit. All right, this one now if I moved it like right there and left it out a little bit, it's kind of more like the blue one over there, Miss Kathy. Still down a little bit lower, but it's shorter. Yellow bow, oh, Mother does love yellow. Now, I would use a yellow bow, but I feel like if I put it down here at the bottom, there's so much yellow with the flowers. That's why I was kind of thinking, I could do a burlap bow, you guys. We could do burlap. Hold, please. Or a lace bow. Hold on, I'm trying to think where some of this stuff is at. You want a bow stuck in the pot. What color, Anita? Okay. I'm just gonna come over here to the bow wall or to the ribbon wall, and we didn't really want pink. I know Kathy was cringing. I could hear it all the way from Louisiana. She was cringing. Somebody said yellow. I'm trying to figure out if I have a nice yellow. I might just do how about a piece of material in yellow? How about a nice yellow material? Let's see what I've got for yellow material. That's what I like about just going live on my own. I'll just wander off. I'll be back. No worries. I'm just wandering across the room. Now look at this yellow. This is pretty. Oh, we didn't want to do yellow because, duh, I just said to do yellow because of that. But we could always, if we went around the pot at the bottom, it would be pretty. Well, thank you for the stars. Wait, a little blue wait, how about a little of the blue flower with yellow? Maybe that would be good. This has butterflies on it. Oh, butterfly in there would be cute, wouldn't it? I've got some little wooden butterflies. Oh, hold on. This is big. Look how big this thing is. Jeez Louise. Hold, let me just try to rip a piece of this. It's going to be a long one. I don't necessarily... Okay, that's not too bad. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Now, I did have some... What I have right here. I got some stuff that's ripped here. Let's see if there's anything there. There's some green. Ooh. Yeah, that doesn't match. I wonder how that would look, though. That is really pretty green. Doesn't match the pot color. Let go of my clothes. But there's a green and a yellow. Now, if I did add a little blue, that would kind of tie it together. Then we wouldn't use any pink. Okay, hold on. Hold on, I gotta go back to the material area here. Let's see what I've got for blue. Let's see. That was kind of a bright blue, wasn't it? Hold, please. Oh my goodness, it's too much blue. I got too much blue material. I can't make up my mind. Just kidding. Seriously, I can't. Now, there's one like this. No, you're like, which one? Because I'm not on the camera. Just a second. Decisions. All right, here's two options. I think I just used this. We just used this on the owls. Hello, Miss Lisa. Okay. There's this one. That might be pretty. That's what we just used for the owls. This one might be pretty. It's got green in it. It kind of looks like those. Oh, it kind of looks like those flowers. Oh. You guys, this fabric. Hold on. Daisy Kingdom for quilters only. Oh, I shouldn't even have my hands on this. It says, this fabric is not intended for use in children's sleepwear. Well, my grandma, Rowene, used to make us nightgowns. Apparently, she shouldn't have been using this. Have you ever seen a little warning like that? What is this flammable? I don't know. But you can use it on the quilt. Throw it over your kid. Whoops. That's not going to work. Just throw the quilt over your kid, but you can't make pajamas for them. Oh, jeez. Ay. Well, somebody somewhere at some point did something. Somebody did it. I don't know. That's what I was wondering too. Shoot, now I gotta fold up material when I'm done. Mother will have my hide. All right, I'm gonna trim that down a little bit. They got a little wide at the end. I don't know. That's just what it says. It's just what it said. Okay. I don't know why they tell you that you can't take the tags off your mattress in California. I don't know. What's wrong with those people? What are they doing with their mattresses out there? Oh shoot. I don't know. All right, so let's make a little bow here. Okay, let's start with our yellow. We'll put the yellow on the bottom, so that's not our focal color. It'll be on the bottom of the bow. Good Lord. Strings for days. Strings for days. Okay, so this is only a one-sided material, so I have to flip it. Okay, so what else? What's everybody got planned for tomorrow? There's 2 estate sales. One of the estate sales ended today. I could have gone, but that was an estate sale that was over in Marshall, which is about, I don't know, 20-ish minutes from here. And it was like an executive home, you know, bougie, on a golf course in Marshall. And I looked at the pictures and I was like, a lot of times those houses don't really have what I'm looking for. And I looked at them and I was like, and at that time I still didn't have a car. So I was like, oh, I could go to a estate sale today. And I was like, oh, I can't go anywhere. My daughter-in-law was like, I could take you. I'm like, no, this isn't really, it really wasn't jumping out. Nothing was jumping out. So we'll just be good. That one, it's over now. Oh, you're going boating? And who's going to know if you did take the tag? I know, right? But the pillows, you know how the pillows say, don't move under penalty of penalty of perjury. I don't know what it says. Penalty of the law or something. I don't know. It used to be scary when you were little and you see those tags. And then you cut it off and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to jail. The alarm's just going off. She cut off a tag. They cut off a tag. Cindy Lou Who cut off a tag. No one else felt like that was going to happen? I only say that because it's a law, but after you buy it, you can cut it off. Oh, is that it, Miss Beverly? See, I didn't read that there was that part. I just thought you just weren't supposed to ever cut them off. I don't know. All right. Now we're just going with this little pretty green. It's not a perfect match for the pot or anything, but we're going to put it in here and just have it be, you know, going back and forth. It's kind of ruffly. It's kind of ruffly, the little material. It's cute. It's cute. It's a cute material. Okay. A little ruffly. I bet you Miss Sparky cut the tags off her pillow. She looks like a rebel. She's cutting tags. She's like, I'm cutting the tags off right now. Right here in the store. Just kidding. Oh, can't stop me. Target employee. Wait, she's getting a second opinion. They want 40. Oh, yeah, I'm getting like 2 other opinions. Yeah. They're ridiculous. They want too much money to fix it. What in the world? I'll have to talk to the husband when I get back upstairs and say, what are we going to do? But I think that number that called me when I was live, I think that might have been the other guy that I was waiting for him to call. Or I left a message for, so I'll have to give him a little jingle. A little jingle when I'm done. Hopefully he can look at it before Wednesday. Because the other place is going to look at it on Wednesday. So I'd like to get all of it figured out. You guys, did I not put a string in there? Did I not put a string in there? Where did this string go? Did anybody see the string fall out? Did anyone? And nobody yelled at me? Nobody yelled at me. Nobody said, Kelly, your string fell out. For heaven's sakes, let me see if I can push it through there. Goodness gracious. Can't work under these conditions. All right. I think I got it up there high enough. Okay. Yep. There we go. Let's try it again. Hello, little string. I can't even see it, you guys. Miss Jenny, you didn't tell me. You saw it? You didn't say anything? You said, oh, she done lost her string. I didn't even see it come out of there. Oh, for heaven's sakes. You guys, I'm just pulling it out. We're just pulling it out. We're just going old school. Forget you don't have it in there. Go old school. Tie that stinking thing on there. Jeepers creepers. Just hold it and tie it. Oh, shoot. All right. Let's see. It does help with giving you an extra finger, though, when you don't have to do that. But we're just going to work around. We're going to work through it here. Work through it. Oh, that's going to be cute. That's going to be cute. Stinking cute. All right, we'll tie it in the back. My scissors. These little scissors. String out there. No, I saw you put it on. It didn't see it. Oh, yeah. I thought, yeah, like I remember putting it in there. And then I didn't. I never saw it pop out of there either. It just must have slid on out of there. Oh, silly bow. Silly bow. So I am making fruit kebabs. Not that I'm really making. I'm cutting fruit and putting them on little sticks for the kids. And, you know, well, for the adults too. But, you know, the kids like that kind of. Make it look fancy on a little stick. And then I'm making like those, you know, those butterscotch, like haystacks. Do you know where those like haystack cookies? Not cookies. You take the chow mein noodles. Oh, those are so good. Well, it's a recipe like that, but you use like white chocolate and maybe peanut butter. I can't remember now. I'm making those too, and I'm gonna put little eggs, like probably some Cadbury mini eggs. Those are my flippin' favorite. In there. Wait, that's supposed to be. Why is that up like that? That was supposed to be down. I'm gonna have to glue that. That was acting kind of funky. Yeah, so it is like a haystack, but it's like an Easter version. With white chocolate, I guess. So, all right, that's staying down now. So that's what I'm making. I'm making those two things because we're having brunch for Easter. And so, like, there's, you know, the ham, and then there's like breakfast casseroles, and there's eggs, and there's just a lot. So I'm like, I'll bring fruit, and I'll bring those little, you know, little kind of cookie things for the kiddos and the adults, and you know. You know. All right, I was just trying to get that to look a little bit better. All right. Aren't haystacks good? They're good. All right, so we can either put it down here like this in the front, or I could actually stick it on, I could still stick it on a skewer and stick it up there. That'd probably be that would probably, if we, one or the other. What do you guys think? Stick it on a skewer, or I could just glue it right to the, edge of the pot right there. I know they are easy to, oh, it's supposed to storm there? Oh, snap. What do you guys think? Just glue it right here? I could have put it on a skewer, but I don't think I need to. I think it will sit just right there. Look. As long as it's like, it's kind of like on the, not corner perfect, but like kind of like on a, just on a little bit of an angle, so it's not dead center. What do you guys think about that? Edge, you like the edge, Miss Janet? I think that would look cute right there. On the edge. All right, let's do it. Put a little glue right there. All right, I'm going to hold it for a second. See if we get it to stick to the, it's going to be on like the edge of the pot, but it's also going to be like on the Spanish moss. All right. That looks cute. Had to step away from your computer for a little while. That is so beautiful. Thank you. All right, it's almost, okay, so if you look at this as the center, it's just off to the side a little bit. Just off to the side a little bit. Now, I have, of course, I got to get up again because they're out of arm's reach, but they're right here. I have butterflies. Maybe, well, thank you. Maybe. Where are you, butterfly? These are like this is like the bin for like this, I'll call them the specialty buttons. Like, look at these colored hearts. Aren't those pretty? And then like just plain hearts, more plain hearts. There's some fall snowflakes, bright flowers, plaid buttons. Here's the butterflies. Butterflies, dog bones. All kinds of hodgepodge from Hobby Lobby, but these are all like my, you know, I call them specialty buttons. The stars, and then these are like stars and hearts and flowers, and I think I got those from Temu. So this is my specialty button box. Okay, put that all back in there, because I'm trying to stay organized now. Now let's look. So these are like, they're painted. These came from Temu too. Random mixed 50 pieces. Fresh from China. Don't tell my husband. Okay, let's look and see. Because we could just put, I mean, we could put one of these in the middle of the bow. That'd be pretty. All right, let's look at our patterns. I don't even know what the patterns, I mean, I guess I could paint one if we wanted. Or, yeah, because I could just use it on this side. Or I could just pick one that looks kind of pretty. This is kind of pretty. It might blend in too much with the, there's this, that little blue one is a color. And then there's like this pinky purple one. And there's one that looks kind of rainbowish. Oh, this is a pretty one. This is like a lighter green. There's more of a red, but that doesn't really go with our. These are kind of not really with the color, so I'm only going to show you the ones I think would look good. Just kidding. There's the yellow one like this. All right, what do you guys think? I kind of like these two right here. This one and this one. They like have a greenish blue in it. Kathy, you like the first one? This one? Was this the first one? I think. Whoops, I think that was the first one. Is it, you guys like that one? That would be pretty on there, I think. Let me hold it up here. And it would still show. Oh, look, I got it to sit right on there. Look. You guys like that one? Okay. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And then I think we'll be done. I think it just needed a little bit. It doesn't need a whole lot. Like, just be cute just like that. Okay, let me just try to get these all back in the bag. That's the one I'm using. Don't put that away. That would be bad. Put away the one that I just pulled out. Okay, let's glue that on there and then we'll be done. Stick a fork in us. We're done. That glue gun does not want to stand up. All right, let me hold my finger here just a second. Put this back on. All right, you guys, what do you think? There's our bow with our butterfly. There's our flowers in our pot. I think that turned out really cute. Send this down to Mother's. You guys like it? Does it look too funeral-ish, does it? Does it look too funeral-ish? I think it's really pretty. I love it. I think that bow looks really cute on there. That was definitely a good idea. Put a little bow on there. I mean, I could have added some pink in there. I feel like it needs pink, but I won't. I'll refrain from the pink. I'll refrain from the pink. You guys, thanks so much for jumping on and joining me today. I hope you all have a great weekend. And if you're traveling for Easter, please be safe. If you're just low-key, just enjoying your weekend, just have a great weekend. I am looking forward to spending some time with family that I don't see very often, maybe a few times a year. I see them on Facebook like every day, but actually see them in person. So it's always nice to spend some time with family that I don't get to see all that often. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you have a great night, and I will talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.